down. The proving grounds does it again, Scottus. That was a great hunt right there.
Scott and I have been turkey hunting together every year since 1986. That's a huge tradition of sharing hunts in Georgia and South Carolina and Missouri and Mississippi, but we were able to bring it all home today here at the Proving Grounds.
Growing Deer TV is brought to you by Bass Pro Shops, also by Reconics, Trophy Rock, Gallagher, Muddy Outdoors, Eagle Seed, Nikon, Winchester Ammunition, Redneck Hunting Blinds, Dead Downwind, and Antler Dirt.
Got my grandpa out here. He'll be 88 in a month, isn't that correct?
In June, yeah.
In June, yeah. 88, trying to get him on his first bird ever. This new Caldwell field pods, trying to figure out a way to hold the gun up the whole time, but this is perfect for us. So, you got anything to say, add to it?
Well, it's a real pretty day, and it's worth it. Anytime I can be out with my grandson, have a good day.
Turkey season is shaping up to be an odd one this year because we were so warm early, and then it's snowing up in New England states right now. We got much colder last night than we were most of the winter, actually down in the 30s, so we knew it'd be a different morning as we struck out on 50-acre Glade Ridge. It was a clear sunrise this morning, but the turkeys weren't hitting it right at sunrise, and I don't know if it's because it was 10 or 15 degrees colder than it has been or what was going on, but it was kind of quiet right off the gate. After some time passed, Scott, Adam, and I heard a turkey on the next ridge over. Seems like this year we can never get on the same ridge as those birds that start up at sunrise. That bird kept hammering on Boomerang Ridge, but Adam and I knew it was 400 feet down and 400 feet back up to get in his turf, so I was very patient trying to get something fired up on the 50-acre Glade Ridge where we started. I let out a loud crow call and actually had a bird hit me somewhere on the same ridge. Hit the call a couple of times, but that bird went dead silent all the time. The old bird's over on Boomerang Ridge like a siren call, calling us into the crashing waves saying, "Come and get me, boys, come and get me." Whatever it is, we loaded up and dove off the ridge, listening every now and then with our sights on Boomerang Ridge. I rarely think a straight line is the best way to approach a gobbler, but we weren't calling. We did crow a time or two, making sure he was in the same location, but the straight line took us through a bedding area. I really don't mind walking through sanctuaries or bedding areas this time of year, as long as it's not every day, all day long. And I felt the bird was over the ridge enough by the sound that we could walk through there without being busted. So once we're in the woods, we stopped, and the bird had drifted a little bit more, maybe 200 or 300 yards down the ridge. But once again, I didn't want to try to go to him. I wanted to find a flat spot, set up, and start calling. I did some aggressive calling and he went silent on me, which I didn't panic at all because usually when a mature bird does that, it means he's coming on in. Sure enough, maybe 20 minutes later, we hear a faint gobble way down the ridge, and Adam, Scott, and I kind of debated whether that was the same bird we were after or another bird just happened to pipe up down there. But as the silence lingered and I wasn't hearing anything, I started thinking that bird had drifted off. As we were standing up and kind of collecting our gear and getting going, 200 yards away, and we instantly were back in the game. At what I'm estimating to be about 80 yards out, Adam and I whispered almost simultaneously, "I hear him walking." But Scott looks at us like we got a hole in our head. Now Adam and I had the wild ears in and Scott didn't. Now this is a new thing for me, but I'm gaining confidence on every hunt what they're adding to my ears as far as hearing game and protecting them when a shot goes off. And next thing I know, I hear the shot and see the bird disappear behind the slope. Scott's off, but you know what? Us 50-year-olds don't run as fast as we used to, but he's down there and crosses the fence at a pretty good time. And I see him slow up, so I know that bird's laying there, and there's nothing but congratulations and reliving memories at this point.
I'm like, oh boy.
I thought about going, Kiki!
And the plan was, Scott's just got a couple vacation days, so he was point gun, I was to back up. And I'm gonna tell you, when that bird come up and putted one time, if you hadn't shot then, I'm afraid my Winchester would have barked.
Well, the thing is, you guys were hearing it before I was. I mean, I was relying on your information. You said he's coming, so I believed you, so I was up and ready.
You know, I've been, you know me, I've been deaf for 20 years plus we've been hunting together. But with my new hearing assistance, I could hear that bird walking. It really added a lot of joy to my hunt. It added a lot of joy that I could hear it further than you could.
And I was glad to see that head because I was thinking he might be over on the right side, but he came up on the left and fortunate, and just like you were saying, get ready, and I was.
Got a little curve to it. I'm not sure it's a limb hanger, but it's certainly got some curve to it. 3-4-year-old bird. And like I said, he peeped over that little rise, and the next thing that crossed his mind was a load of Winchester. Ready? Sharing hunts on a property you have a relationship with a friend that you've known a long time, is just about as good as it gets in the hunting world. You know, say the truth, you know, you packed it out, said it weighed 40 pounds, and we're tripping on a 12-inch beard or something like that, but
It felt heavier than that.
10 and a half, depending on which hair you want to call. We got one hair out to 11 there. You know, when turkeys are overfeeding, they're dragging that beard about 10 or 10 and a half inches, and that's why most turkeys have a 10 and a half inch beard. The beard has to be growing very fast. Our turkey's legs longer than normal to have a longer beard. This guy should have rubbed most of these feathers off right here breeding, but it's not bald like a lot of turkeys we've harvested in the past. I just don't think he's finding many hens to breed, and I think that's just another indicator that our population's way down here at the Proving Grounds. One of the things I want to do with the deer, turkey, whatever, is what we call scouting from the skinning shed, although we're just along the gravel road right now, but want to open up their digestive tract and see what they've been eating. And what we have here is a strawberry, a wild strawberry. That information tells me these birds are going out in those open areas. Strawberries are ripe right now. That's a big food source this time of year, and you can bet we'll probably be hanging around some wild strawberries on a future hunt. Now, GrowingDeer.tv has officially got a mobile site too. It's not an app, you don't need to pay for anything. Just go to GrowingDeer.tv and our site will automatically know which device is calling it, and it'll be formatted exactly for that device. Shoot me an email and let me know how it plays for you, but we've done a little testing already, and everyone tells us it's actually playing faster on their smartphone devices than it is on some of their laptop connections. I hope you all get out and have some great turkey hunting experiences and creation this week. Thanks for watching GrowingDeer.tv. Late into the breeding season, but there's another story about that we'll look at in just a second.
I like it.